So it occurred to me, after looking at this picture, that some of you may find it a little bit on the dull side. So if you want to, we can add one more layer and give it a little bit of brilliance. I'm going to close the layer style toggle. I'm going to go back to my adjustment panel, click on curves, and I'm going to double click on the black, and I see it set at 10%. And I'm going to double click on the white arrow and see that it's set at 98%. So I click on the black arrow, and if I click somewhere in the black, it really brings down the tone. And I'm not going to click on the white because there is no real, well, there's possibly a white here. Let's see what we get. If I click right here, not a whole lot happens. Not a whole lot happens there either. And if I click on the middle, I can make it a little bit more on the neutral side. And if I'd like to, I can just push up the middle value. I think that's a little bit too much. Now when I push up the midtone value, I tend to go in increments of 10 so I can see if I've gone too far. Now, I did that very quickly. I'm going to review it. I'm going to take that and throw it in the trash. We'll do it again. I get the adjustment panel. I click on the curves. And I'm just double checking my presets by clicking on the eyedropper. And I do like it around 10%. It's a good number for press purposes. I also double click on the white, and 98% means I can't print detail beyond 250 pixel value. And that's good. And the middle one is set the default at middle value 128. I realize that this is a bit advanced for some of you, but these are techniques I will review in future tutorials. I click the black eyedropper. I click somewhere that I want to make it a little bit darker, and it got very, very rich. I like that. I'll click on the white eyedropper, and let's see what we get here. It brought it up just a touch, and I can click now here. This should be neutral, and that's the neutral eyedropper, and I click, and I get the neutral. And now the last thing I want to do is click and get my input value to 128, which is the middle of the scale, and then go to my output and take that up to 10. I tend to go in increments of 10. That way, if I've gone too far, I can see it immediately. Some people love to just go up one at a time, two at a time, and it just takes forever to get there. But for me, I like going in increments of 10. So here's before, and now here's after. It has a little bit more brilliance to it. So these techniques of adding this adjustment layer after the fact can be a nice way to boost and give a little bit more brilliance to your image. Thanks for listening. Until next time.